Cushman Engineering wants your precision foam equipment to provide the process control it was designed to sustain throughout its serviceable life. Routine care of foam production equipment assures trouble-free operation. A lack of maintenance reduces the functional life of the equipment as well as making process control nearly impossible during the foaming operation. A clean, well-maintained TDI nozzle will reduce production waste. When disassembling nozzles for cleaning after a foaming run, safety gear must be used that is not shown in this video. Goggles, gloves, an apron, and respiratory protection are all required for safe handling of equipment used for TDI injection. Since a new nozzle is being used to provide clarity for this instructional video, personal protective equipment was not needed. Although injection nozzles come in a variety of sizes and styles, the disassembly procedures for all Cushman Engineering NRP nozzles are basically the same. This video shows the steps needed to disassemble an NRP 500 for cleaning. Tools needed for nozzle disassembly and reassembly include a 3/16" hex key wrench, a 5/16" hex key wrench, a torque wrench with a 1 1/8 deep socket, a 1 7/8" open wrench, or 12" slip joint pliers. A 1 1/2" open wrench fits the smaller NRP nozzles. A small flat blade jeweler's screwdriver, and a bench vise with a small cloth to pad the jaws. In addition to the tools required for disassembly, a 1-gallon stainless steel container about 2/3 full of hot water mixed with non-sudsing dish or laundry detergent should be available to soak disassembled parts if the nozzle has been used in a foaming run. Push up on the tip of one flange cap screw to release the O-ring keeper. Then, set the screw aside, open and remove the mounting flange. Use the 3/16" hex key wrench to loosen the screw in the black bar handle. Then, lift the handle off and set it aside. Gently snug the adjuster body in the vise, adjuster end up. Use the scrap cloth in the vise to protect the nozzle surface. Never clamp the vise or other tools onto the nozzle body. Severe damage will occur. Loosen the packing nut with the 1 1/8" deep well socket. Then, take the nozzle out of the vise, remove the packing nut and Belleville washers, and shake the other packing components out of the stuffing box. If any components remain, they will be pushed out after removing the stem. Place the nozzle in the vise, nozzle end up. With a 1 7/8" open end wrench or slip joint pliers, loosen the body nut. Then remove the nozzle assembly from the vise. For a nozzle that's been in a production run, individual parts with TDI residue will be placed in hot soapy water as they are disassembled. Finish removing the body nut by hand. The nozzle body and adjuster body can now be separated. Keep them aligned while sliding them apart. Set the nozzle body aside. Push on the top of the stem to slide it out. Then separate the stem and 2 Teflon O-rings. If the upper Teflon O-ring stays in the adjuster body, use a finger or the small screwdriver to slip it out. Now any stuck packing components may be pushed out with the 5/16" hex key wrench. With the adjuster body disassembly finished, all the parts should be set aside or placed in the container to soak prior to cleaning. Nozzle body disassembly is next. Remove the nozzle body O-ring and discard as hazardous waste. Remove the retainer nut, but do not place it in the soak container yet. Keep a finger at the base of the plunger to be sure it doesn't slip out. Push on the top of the plunger until it can be pulled by the lower end, free of the nozzle body. Carefully remove the anti-rotation nut and die spring. Finally, pick up the retainer nut and using the small, flat-bladed screwdriver carefully pry the small Teflon O-ring from the retainer nut channel. This completes the valve disassembly. All of the reusable parts should now be soaked in hot soapy water for an hour before further cleaning. Damaged or worn O-rings should be disposed of and replaced with new. Detailed written cleaning information is available in the PDF file on the Cushman Engineering website. After careful inspection, clean, dry parts are ready for reassembly. Start with the parts of the nozzle subassembly. Slide the plunger into the nozzle body. Hold the plunger in place with the finger and drop in the die spring. Then align and slip on the anti-rotation nut. Set this aside. Place the small Teflon O-ring in the channel of the retainer nut, assuring that it is clean. Carefully thread the retainer nut into the plunger threads and screw on until the washer is just touching the anti-rotation nut. Place a new O-ring on the nozzle body flange, then set the sub-assembly aside. Slip one large Teflon O-ring into the large opening of the adjuster body. Then slip the stem in and press it in place until you hear it seat. Press the other large Teflon O-ring into the groove between the adjuster body and the stem. Hold a finger to assure the stem doesn't fall out of the adjuster body and insert the packing components into the stuffing box. Gland, concave packing, convex packing, second gland, Belleville washer stacked with the convex side down, and finally thread on the packing nut and hand tighten. Align the adjuster body and nozzle body assemblies, turning slightly to align the splines in the stem with the retainer nut, then slip together. Slip the body nut over the nozzle and finger tighten onto the adjuster body. Then place the nozzle in the vise, nozzle end up, and tighten the vise gently on the adjuster body. Tighten the body nut with the large open wrench or slip joint pliers between an 1/8 and 1/4 turn. Gently snug the adjuster body in the vise, adjuster end up, and tighten the packing nut to 20 foot-pounds. Place the bar handle in position on the stem, aligning with the dimple and tightening with the 3/16 inch hex key wrench. Then, reattach the flange, sliding in the second flange bolt and pushing the O-ring keeper into position. The nozzle is now ready for installation into your foam production system. Cushman Engineering is committed to designing and producing the best precision foam production equipment, as well as providing process control expertise to assure that your existing equipment is operating at its most efficient. Nozzle is being used to provide both one flange cap